Hi folks, I just wanted to create a quick video showing you how to make a basic clock face with numbers on it. You're probably using the Google SketchUp 2016 version at school. I just wanted to point out to you the difference is that the toolbar that's usually along the top of the screen is actually on the left side of the screen here. You've also got like various sort of texture tools, viewing tools on the right side here, which is slightly different to the 2016 version. What I'll try and do, my very best, is just explain very explicitly what tool I'm using at any given time, so you should be able to find that along the top easily enough. Alright, so I'm going to get started. The first thing we need to do is put out a sort of like a grid line, like this one here. And I've left that in there as an example, and I'm just going to start drawing out my grid line. Now I'm going to do it on the green axis. I think I will make it 150 so it's easy, and I'm going to go up to the midpoint, and I'm going to go off of that 75. Now what I'm doing each time, this is actually minus 75, is typing in the numbers before I've actually finished drawing the line. If I draw the line, you'll see there that the value is changing each time I draw the line, because I'm actually defining how long I want it to be. So you could go to 75 and say, sort of like click your button, or you could literally like leave your button unclicked from that center point and type in 75 and then press enter. Okay, because what that will do is that will kind of give you that's actually minus 75 from the center, because that will give you a line. Okay, so 75 and enter. Yeah, there we go. Right, so that's fine. So that's our first bit done. It's very important to go along those axes. So you notice there that I kind of played with this line until I went along the green axis. I played with this line from the center until I found the red axis. Yeah. Alright, so I just wanted to show you that. I mean, you use the rubber to get rid of this. Rubber's great, you can rub out more than one line, but in this case I'm just rubbing out one line. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my 3D text, and I'm going to enter in the height being 15 and the text extrusion 10 millimeters, and I'm going to start with a 12. Okay, now this is the reason why I put this line in. The reason why is that when you bring in any sort of 3D object into SketchUp, it's going to want to sort of secure itself. It's going to want to lock in place or snap in place to something that's already there. So if you've got a line, that's going to be an anchor point for the 12 in this instance. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring in another piece of 3D text, and it will keep the same settings. It should save the same settings from the last time. I'm going to bring in my 6, and I'm just going to go right down there to the bottom, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to move that along so that top left hand corner of the 6 is snapped to the bottom of that line. I'm going to add in another piece of 3D text. It's underneath this menu. I'll put in the 3. Okay, 3 is going to snap over there. I'm going to put in the another piece of that text. I'm going to put in the 9. Okay, now you can change the font to other things if you want. I'm just going to use the default font because it's easier. I'm also going to just move this along to the very end. Now, this looks fine, but it's not exactly centered as it is over here. So once they're actually anchored to the end of the line, what you can do is you can just kind of move them along, actually downwards along the green axis. You see it goes green? Yeah, that dashed line. Roundabout, I'm just going to eye it up to the middle a little bit more. There we go. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to use the pan button, which is this hand button, to just pull the whole sort of canvas across. Going to pick my select button. I'm going to sort of select, and then you have to select move, which is this one here, which is the sort of cross. You've also got rotate, but you just want move. I'm going to move that down along the green axis. Again, you can see the green axis. If it goes off, it changes color. That's about centered. So I'm happy with that. I have to select again. I'm just going to pan again so I can get easier down to it. And I'm just going to use the move tool, but I have to select the 6 first. Always select first and then move. Otherwise, SketchUp doesn't know what you're doing. And then you have to select again. And I'm just using the roller mouse here. Let me just pan up again. And I'm going to select the 12. Now you don't have to do this. I'm doing this because I want to make it look more sort of centered. I'm quite happy with that. You can see now that the numbers are more centered along that axis, right? Around those the major and the minor. Well, they're both equal axis here. So I'm going to just pan over again. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use the center of that to draw a circle. And I think what I'll do is I'll just draw the circles slightly beyond. Now you can also define the radius of circles. And in this case, I'm just going to define it as 100. So obviously the diameter will be 200. I'm happy with that. Okay, great. Now there's a couple of things that you can do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just pull this down below. I'm going to pull it down 5 mil. Well, actually usually it's 3 mil, so I'll make it 3. Pull is this one here. So to pull something, you select a face and you can pull it as much as you want. I'm just going to select that. I've done it from below, so this is actually below the work plane, but that way I keep my cross on top. Lastly, I'm going to use my offset button, go to the outer edge. I think I'll go in 3 mil as well, and then I'm going to pull this upwards. So let's have a look. Pull this upwards. Now you could do it to the same height as the numbers. That's how I'm going to do it, and I'm happy with that. Okay. Now as you notice, mine has got colors on it. To get the colors on and the textures, you go to the paint bucket tool. On mine, this menu will automatically come up, and you need to search through. You can search for different types of materials. I'm going to use colors. So we'll use a nice orange on the outside. Okay, you use a blue again for the numbers, and you just need to touch them once because they're all one object. I'm going to use metal for the base and metal on the inside. And there you go, there's your basic clock face on SketchUp. So have fun with that, and I hope that's been helpful. Thanks for watching.